Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how you're going to quickly document a space. Now I'm doing it with a black Sharpie so that you guys can see it. I would suggest doing it with a pencil. That way you can make changes easy enough, but I'm going to do it with the black Sharpie just so you guys can make sure and see it in the video. So basically what you want to do is start out by drawing the basic shape of your room. Now I'm going to do one that is quickly slightly irregular. Most of you probably have just a square room, but I just want to be able to show the difference. So if you just quickly capture that it's a room and it comes down here and it's got a little opening where it's a little wider, and then you come across here. That's a basic shape of the room. That's the first thing you want to capture. Okay, then you want to make sure and place your doors. Okay, there's one. We'll say there's two just for fun. And then you want to be able to indicate which way that door swings, okay? So put your door in, and then here is your swing line, okay? So it moves into the room. This particular door swings out, okay? So you put that in. You're also going to want to mark any windows that you may have, okay? Throw in a couple here. Okay, and let's do a couple along this wall. Okay, so you're going to mark in your windows. Mark in anything else architecturally that is there. So then this is where you're going to start to capture your measurements. Okay, so let's just say this is 12 foot 6 inches. This little section is 2 foot 0 inches, which leaves 10 foot 6 inches. And obviously I'm just making these up off the top of my head. You're actually going to take measurements. Okay. And you'll go all the way around. The other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark the size of the window. Okay. You're also going to want to make a note of a 9 foot 6 inch ceiling. Okay, I know that's upside down for you guys. That's the ceiling. Then the other good things to note are, okay, this window, okay, we easily can mark here that it's 4 foot, right? But you're going to want two other measurements as well. You're going to want that it is, let's say it is 4 foot, okay, OF off the floor. So that's going to mean that the bottom of your window starts 4 foot up from the wall. And then how tall is the window? Let's say that the window is 5 foot, which leaves only 6 inches up until the ceiling. So like I said, this is me making up numbers off the top of my head. But those are the kinds of things you want to mark for windows. Doors. How wide is this spot? Let's say it's a 32 inches, and then let's say this is a 36 inch door. Okay, maybe this is an interior door and this is a door that goes out to the exterior. Okay, don't know. And continue to mark all of your measurements. Those are the types of things that you're going to want to capture so that when you go back, you can figure out spacing. Don't forget about this little space right here from the corner to your door. Some doors are not necessarily just right off the corner. Sometimes they're a little smaller, bigger. Okay, so don't forget about this little piece of wall right here or right here when you capture your measurements. Okay, make sure you capture all of your windows as well. Same thing. How wide are they? Where does the sill, so above off floor, where does the bottom of the window start? And then how tall is the window? Okay, and you can note these wherever you want. I like to try to keep them in line with the things that I do. However, you can always draw what they call a leader. So from this, it might be really hard to write in 6 inches right there. Draw yourself a little leader with an arrow, basically 6 inches. Okay, so you know that, oh, that's 6 inches. You may not have room to write. Okay, you can always draw leaders to make yourself any notes. The other thing that you're going to do is, let's say, like I said in the assignment, and you'll see when you look at the assignment page, that the client wants 2 or 3 pieces of the furniture to stay in the room, but the rest are going to be new things that you get. So pick 2 to 3 pieces that you think are going to be important. So let's just say that here is a console. Okay. And it is 4 foot 2 inches by 2 foot 0 inches. Okay. And it is that edge is that, and then let's also put another leader here that say it is 4 foot tall. Okay, you could do it something similar to that. You could also make this square, write console, okay, and then over here write console and put in your dimensions, okay, any of your notes, 4 foot tall, okay, or 2 foot, and it's 2 foot by 4 foot 2 inches. Okay, you could make it notes that way. Whatever's going to be easiest for you to go, where is my information and how do I find it quickly? So we've got a console, and let's just say we've got a bed. Okay, same thing, make those notes, and let's say over here we've got a chair. Okay, those are your 2-3 pieces. Okay, you could also do this instead of labeling. You could always do a leader if it's close enough, and then make your notes about that chair. Obviously, with the bed, you've got a nice big space. You can just write queen, dimensions, blah blah blah, information in there. Okay. The other thing that might be important to note in a floor plan is where your electrical outlets are. Okay. And don't forget to make this measurement in terms of how far they are from the wall. Okay. You may also want to put in a note about lighting. What have we got? We've got an overhead single. Okay. So even though you may change out the lighting, you need to know that there's that overhead single light where your electrical outlets are. Okay, those are always helpful because you're like, oh, we'll put a nightstand there and you can plug in your clock. Well, if there's no electrical outlets on this wall, it's going to be a bad plan. Okay, so this should give you a kind of a general idea of what you're trying to capture. And I'm not going into all the details because part of this exercise is for you to sort of learn by mistake, basically. Want you to go in and think about what do you think you should capture, and see how close you get. Because the second part of the exercise is you're going to put away your drawings, and the next day when you're not in the space that you documented, so you can't like look around and go, oh, what did I miss? I want you to be somewhere else. Take a look at your drawing and go, okay, does this make sense to me? If I'm going to start to do this, did I miss anything that I probably should have captured? So it's actually an exercise in seeing and you capturing yourself, catching yourself in things that you might now need to think about. I could make an exhaustive list, like a checklist, but that's not going to cement it in your head. So I want you to actually learn by trial and error, if you will. But this should get you started on capturing your room.